my YouTube channel. That never gets easier to say. I feel strange when I say that. But I did ask for not too hot, and that's really hot. It's made my eyes water. So I thought I'd answer some questions. I get a few of the same questions like over and over. Firstly, I have never had surgery ever. I've certainly never had a BBL. Naturally, I have a small waist, big thighs, big bum, big boobs. I am a complete wimp. I would never have surgery. I say that I've toyed with a couple of surgeries in the past, but do you know what? Like, life's too short. I'm just going to enjoy myself as I am. Another question. I've just had some botox. I had lip fillers quite a bit back in like 22 to 23. It's pretty much dissolved now. I've got a nice shape. I've had anti-aging basically. Lip fillers, aesthetics. I've had aesthetics, but I haven't had any for quite a while, to be fair. Another question. So I got into OnlyFans by, well, it was 2017, 2018. My eldest daughter was born and I was out of a job at the time. Me and my husband was on honeymoon, and I knew Chelsea Ferguson through social media, not personally, just knew of her, and she started a site called Admire Me VIP, and that is where my journey started. I started posting within like a day. We was on honeymoon and I said to him, like, you know, she's started this site, she's earned like £1 million, like, I'm doing this. And we signed up and we started posting content that same day, and I still cannot get over to this day how incredible that has been, the opportunities that have come from that one decision. From then I never really looked back. I posted and it all become normal. It was a job where I could look after my child but also work from home, and here we are 6 years on and I'm still on there. Another question. Nowadays you need to have multiple platforms. I'm still on other sites as well, OnlyFans, Fansly. There's a different type of subscriber on each platform. It's hard work, really hard work to post continuously to all of them, but it's really worth it. I also have a huge Instagram following, which I'm so grateful for. Obviously you have to promote on social media. That's also now a full-time job. So when people ask me how I got into it, that's basically how I got into it. Another question. It's hard to pinpoint really, but I think if I was to take one thing away from it, the freedom that it gives me would be the ultimate thing. I guess that's a good and a bad thing, because if I can't work, say I'm unwell or my kids are unwell, makes it really hard, because being self-employed and owning a company, you can't just take time off. The opportunities that I've had, I'd never ever get that in any other job, and anybody that says this job is easy is lying and they haven't done it. Another question. It is a real job. It really is. I've never worked as hard as I do now. It still baffles me to this day that people can say it's not a real job. I've never worked as hard as I've worked the past, particularly the last 2 years, I'd say. It was more of a hobby prior to that. The stress of losing accounts and the stress of having to create backup accounts and just trying to exist on social media has been nearly impossible. Another question. The only social media I was really on was Twitter at the time, and I remember having to go to Instagram and I was like, oh my god, I hate it. And then I remember everyone started using TikTok, and I remember thinking, oh my god, I've got to learn how to do TikToks. What am I going to do? Like, I remember feeling so overwhelmed by it. And now all this time on, I've got like 6 different platforms and various different backup platforms as well, and I don't know how I do it. Another question that I get asked: do you do content with fans? And the answer, I can't physically pinpoint them all and name them all, but they all know who they are.